In this video, we'll explore the meaning of the equals sign and begin to make sense of the words composition and decomposition. You may have already watched a similar video about the equals sign. This one will build on those ideas. All numbers are made up from smaller parts. With composition, you might know the parts and you might be trying to put these together to make the whole. Or we can describe this as composing the whole. So here I have the parts 5 and 3, and together they make 8. We've composed 8, the whole, from the parts 5 and 3. As an equation it looks like this: 5 plus 3 equals 8. With decomposition, you're considering the whole and then thinking about what parts you could break it up into. If we have 8, for example, there are many ways we could decompose or break apart 8 into different parts. But one way is taking the parts 5 and 3. So 8 can be decomposed into 5 and 3. As an equation, it looks like this: 8 equals 5 plus 3. This word says equation. As a reminder, an equation is anything with an equals sign in it. The following are all examples of equations because they all have an equals sign in them. 4 plus 4 equals 8, 8 minus 4 equals 4, 3 plus 3 equals 2 plus 4, 6 equals 6, and 4 equals 8 minus 4. The equals sign is a symbol that represents an equivalent relationship. This means that the value of whatever is on one side of the equals sign is the same value as whatever is on the other side of the equals sign. We'll look at this with a few examples to help it make sense. If we lay down a shape that has a value of 6, and underneath it we lay another shape that has a value of 6, we can write this in an equation like this: 6 equals 6. The equals sign is just saying that the two things are the same value as each other. 6 is the same value as 6. If I have one shape that has a value of 4, plus another shape that also has a value of 4, the total value of the two shapes is equal to 8. The left side of our equation has a total value of 8, and we've shown this by writing 4 plus 4. The right side of our equation has a total value of 8, and we've shown this by just writing an 8. Here we've started with two parts, 4 and 4, and we've composed the whole, in this case 8. We could think of this in a different way. For example, we can think about starting with the whole, in this case 8, and think about the parts that make up the whole. We're decomposing the whole into smaller parts. For example, 8 is equal to 4 plus 4. When we read the expression 4 plus 4, it's important that we read it from left to right. We'll explain more about this in another video. The equation is true because the left side has a value of 8 and the right side has a value of 8. There are lots of other ways to make 8 too, and we can show these different ways using our shapes and writing an equation to show the relationships. The important thing that we're focusing on here is that the equal sign can go in any position and is just showing an equivalent relationship between what is on one side of the equal sign and what is on the other side of the equal sign. For example, we could decompose 8 into 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. When we read this expression, it's important that we read it from left to right. If we're thinking about an equation involving subtraction, we could think about it like this: 8 minus 4 is equal to 4. The left side has a value of 4 and the right side has a value of 4. Therefore, they're equal to one another. I could show this same relationship with the operation on the right-hand side of the equal sign instead of the left-hand side. Now we can read this as 4 is equal to 8 minus 4. Again, we must remember to read this from left to right. Both sides of our equal sign have the same value, 4. Equations can have operations on both sides of the equal sign too. Look at the examples here. 1 plus 7, 2 plus 6. Both of them are equal to 8. 1 plus 7 equals 8 and 2 plus 6 equals 8. So therefore, they must be equal to one another. We could even have subtraction on one side of the equal sign and addition on the other side of the equal sign, as long as the total values are the same. For example, 10 minus 2 is equal to 8, and 5 plus 3 is also equal to 8. Therefore, 10 minus 2 equals 5 plus 3. They both have a value of 8. Hopefully that's given you a bit more of an understanding about the equal sign, and you may have started to make sense of the words composition and decomposition.